What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're going to play a little Terra in the jungle. Now, I have not touched her since her release, so let's see how we do. But as always, let's get into the deck first. Now, Jungle Assassin, Fast Travel, Mana Generator, Jungle Lifesteal, Mana Reactor, and lastly, Damage Return for my gems. Now, for my cards, I have Coin Master, Mother Tree, Flame of Zetchin, Green Spring, Growth Totem, Guard Piercer, Veil Stepper, Thunder Cleaver, Numbing Rogue, Trapper, Unbroken Spirit, and lastly one of the tribe. Now, Terra has had just an absolute zero presence in matches since she released. You know, I think people quit playing her faster than they quit playing Zinks. And, you know, I'm no exception, guys. I really haven't touched her, but, you know, I jump from hero to hero. I really think she's a solid hero. I said in that very first video, I think if you practice with her, get good with her ultimate, with blocking with her, everything like that, she could turn into an absolute monster. And I still really feel that way. Now, I did play a game a few weeks back with her when the, you know, if y'all remember that Countess video where the audio is real bad, I did that with Terra. We had an awesome match with her then, but I decided not to upload that because, you know, yeah, the audio is just absolutely terrible. And, you know, hey, let's go in and give it another shot. Now, she does have a decent way, decent starting jungle clear. You know, I feel that it is a little bit slow, and her double swing, relentless death, I don't know what it's called, the double swing, it really doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It hits for 50 and 50 when your basic attack starts out hitting for 58. So, you know, it is a little bit of a damage increase, but it takes some time to hit, and you're getting a little bit boost of DPS, but it's not a whole lot. And with that cooldown, you know, you're only doing it once per minion group, so yeah, is what it is. Now, guys, if you look, the enemy Iggy is pushed up crazy far, and I could go over and gank. I could have, you know, skipped a jungle camp and headed over there to deal with that, but I want to get my green so I don't take a whole lot of damage, and then by that time, since he's pushed up that far, he's burning his mana. This is going to allow me to get a very easy kill on him. You see, we head in, get our stun off, even if he throws his turrets down, you know, my shield's going to take him out. Sure enough, me and Revenant, you know, we just absolutely delete him. Now, my duo lane is having a little bit of a trouble, so I'm going to head over there. You know, I might be able to pick off one of those kills. It's 3 minutes in, Quang is here, and I'm hoping that, you know, maybe I can get over there and make something happen. I've got green, and he doesn't. So, you know, maybe we can make that happen. And he ran away, so I'm thinking, hey, he doesn't even know where I am. I go ahead and get that stun onto Decker, but Quang does show up. Nah, you know, that was me being a little too bloodthirsty. Should have just let that go. Yeah, you know, like I said, guys, that was on me. You know, I knew that he was there with both our ADC and support down. You know, I just fed him a kill. It was definitely not a good choice, but, you know, we all get bloodthirsty sometimes. Now, guys, this is a very solid deck. You know, I used almost the same deck for my Fang video, and I've used a couple of small changes with it here and there, but, you know, Growth Death is just a very strong deck, in my opinion. And, you know, hey, well, we make some pretty good plays with it. And, guys, if you're looking for a decent solo jungle deck, this is it. And you can, you know, just swap out those gems, and you're pretty solid. Now, I'm going to push this lane. You know, Greystone is here. I was going to push that, but since he backed up, I'm going to go ahead and just leave that. You know, get out. And I kind of headed over to maybe deal with that Iggy in mid, but, you know, Revenant deleted him. So, you know, we were going around the back way to get it when he was escaping, but didn't need to. I robbed that Quang of green buff. You know, I want to make sure he doesn't have green, and, you know, sure, I do lose a little bit of health, but I'd rather him not have it. If I get to choose the time and place to delete it, I want to do that. Sure enough, we remove that. I pick up purple buff, and I'm actually going to head over to our duo lane. Now, our duo lane, they've struggled a little bit so far this match, but hopefully we can turn that around. Sure enough, Murdoch's here. We're going to go ahead and just get that stun on him. We take him out, no problem at all. And then Decker, you know, we just got to chase her down. And with my ADC and support, you know, being up at the top, we should be able to collapse on her pretty well, take her out. We get that stun on her. You know, I really like I really like Terra's stun. It's very nice. And, you know, Quang heads in. I do use my ultimate there to, you know, get rid of that root. And, you know, I'm trying to do my best to peel for my team, but, you know, unfortunately, our Faye stayed in on that, and instead of just getting out, she really should have got out. Same with our Wraith. You know, they should have backed up, but this is what it is, guys. You know, we did manage to pick up an ADC and support kill of our own, and you know, hey, that's decent. Now I'm gonna try to head over to help with Revenant. You know, we need to just disengage from this fight. This is not a good place for us right now. We need to get out. Sure enough, Revenant leaves. Wraith is here, but I'm going to stay close to tower, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to get this lane set in the right direction while Faye shows up. She starts heading over, so I'm going to take this opportunity to dip out, and we're actually able to throw on Veil Stepper. Now, we have had a lot of laning presence, and guys, this is one reason I'm not just the biggest fan of Tyrant. You know, Tyrant really forces you to stay in that jungle, and, you know, I just prefer being able to run around. And you can see that, again, we're not really doing a whole lot. Try to head over to deal or help with Revenant. You know, Revenant was just definitely caught out there, guys. But, you know, hey, everything's kind of sitting pretty right now. I'm going to go ahead and take out a couple of jungle camps and then head back to mid lane. And I just decided to engage on Iggy. You know, let's take Iggy out. Sure enough, we delete him. You know, I think, guys, I really think Iggy's in a bad spot right now. I think they, you know, they nerfed his turrets, they nerfed his, you know, the hero's health as well. I don't really feel Iggy has the impact that he used to, and it is unfortunate. Now, I start clearing out a camp, and then we need to head over to our solo lane. And, you know, Grux is here. Hopefully Greystone can, you know, live long enough. And sure enough, you know, he does survive long enough for us to head over. And we're able to take out Grux. You know, Greystone did lose his ultimate for it. But, hey, that's no problem. You know, ultimates aren't meant to be kept forever. And, you know, great job on that part. You know, we were able to secure that. And hopefully we can push this lane. Now, we're probably going to get some presents. You saw that Quang there in mid lane. He dipped out, and sure enough, he headed over here. So, guys, don't try to push that tower. Just get out. You know, me and Greystone, we need to leave. Greystone doesn't have his ultimate. It doesn't really matter how healthy he is. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot under that tower at this point in the match. We need to get a few more cards on and, you know, a few more levels, and then we can really start forcing objectives. But right now at 9, not quite 10 minutes in, you're not going to be able to force those objectives like that. Now, my Revenant is getting caught out there in mid. You know, he's pushed up pretty far, and we're going to help as much as we can, you know, head over there. And sure enough, we get this stun onto Quang. And, you know, yeah, Revenant just does way too much damage, guys. And, I mean, you see that Obliterate almost killed him. And we're able to chase him out successfully, you know, if I can get my stun. But I'm just out of mana. Ah, feels bad, man. But, hey, Quang gets out. We chased him off. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We're going to go ahead and collapse on Iggy. And, guys, I still have my green. So, as soon as my green blows up, yeah, he's gone. And, you know, Revenant was a good opportunity for him to get out. You know, with Quang's gone, their Iggy's gone. We couldn't have found a better time for him to back, or created a better time for him to back. And hopefully, you know, we can kind of stop these engagements. And, you know, we've got so many engagements going in all 3 of our lanes at once. It's making it a little bit difficult to maintain any sort of jungle farm. And, you know, our towers are not being pushed. You see, at 12 minutes in, we've got almost no damage to structures. And, you know, we need to start pushing objectives at this point. Now, I am going to go ahead and back out of this solo lane. You know, I don't want to push it and mess Greystone's farm up. It's already kind of set in the wrong direction anyways. But I want him to get as much farm as he can. Now, I want to try to get a little poke onto Murdoch, but no, we missed our stun, which, you know, is what it is. We did use that shield to block some damage, but I don't even think we got hit. So, and, you know, now let's head to mid lane. You can see, guys, Iggy's being pretty aggressive, and, you know, this is allowing us to collapse. We've taken him out a couple of times so far, and it's just, you know, he's playing very, very aggressive. We're in definitely a very aggressive match, this match. But from here, I'm going to head to our solo lane, you know, and you can see, guys, I'm running from one side of the map to the other. We're just running from lane to lane to lane. But we get a great stun onto that Grux. We're able to take him out easy peasy. Guys, Veil Stepper on a hero with a stun is absolutely amazing. And, I mean, you see the power there. It's very, very strong. Now, you know, Quank shows up, but with me and Greystone here, now, let's down this tower. Let's make a play happen. You know, Quang is very low on mana, so he's got his ult, maybe a root, maybe, you know, his little zappy lightning thing, but he can't do everything. Sure enough, we're going to take that tower out, try to get that stun, but, you know, Quang did a great job there. You know, he backed out when, you know, that he started backing out before the tower fell. You know, if he would have stayed in until the tower fell, we would have probably taken him out there. But great job on his part. I'm going to head, you know, to another lane, see if anything needs to happen. But this is a great opportunity for me to take my green. Now, again, we've got some rotation from our Revenant. You know, he's leaving the mid lane, so I need to go over here and, you know, kind of defend this mid lane. You know, I do have my green, so I'm, you know, saved from a lot of that Iggy damage. But still, you know, it'd be better to use green for a kill. And I'm going to dip out and then wait for, you know, Iggy to push up a little bit, and then we're going to go in. Now, you see Iggy's out of mana, and, you know, there's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do. We take him out with green. You know, Grux is here, and you can see we use that shield to try to avoid some sort of damage. And, hey, you know, great. We're getting out. We're going to head to our lane. You know, Grux is definitely bloodthirsty. And, hey, you know, he smash and grab me. We're going to stun him. We're currently doing, you know, quite a bit more damage than he is, since we've had, you know, we've had some pretty successful kills so far. And this is actually going to force him to back. You know, Decker takes off as well. You can see our Greystone's pushing that lane. We go ahead and ping. Careful right lane. And then get this mid lane pushing in the right direction. Now, from here, I'm going to head to my jungle, you know, kind of clean out some jungle camps. I've just completely neglected the jungle, and you can see my Revenant's heading into the jungle to help clear it out, you know, which, I mean, you know, farm is farm. And then I'm actually going to head to our dual lane. You know, we've struggled in our dual lane so far, you know, our Wraith and Fae, you know, they've had a little bit of struggles here, but, you know, that's okay. We're going to get this lane pushing. You know, we got a decent amount of damage onto that Quang, and we were able to back him off, as well as that Decker, which, you know, that's exactly what we want. Greystone ended up rotating over, and you can see he's in that engagement in, you know, the top of their jungle. Looks like Decker got a stun on him, so he wasn't able to wrap that kill up, but that's quite alright. I'm going to help our Wraith and Fae push this lane. Hopefully we can down this tower. Now, I was hoping Quang would back, and, you know, that Decker would probably back as well, but they end up staying in. So, you know, Murdoch's here, and Murdoch has green for whatever reason. And, you know, right now, there's just nothing we're going to be able to do with this tower, guys. We need to get out of this situation. You know, even though there's 4 of us here, there's 3 of them and their tower. So, you know, under tower, we can't do anything. Just peel off of that situation. Don't engage in that situation. Go ahead and back. You know, they do have a ward there, but, yeah, you know, without my team following up with me, you know, we're not able to take down that ward. And, hey, is what it is, guys. You know, leave those type of situations. You can see our Wraith and our Fae are staying up at that tower, and, you know, that's just a very, very bad situation. Now, one thing about this match is, you know, y'all can really see I've been the handyman. You know, I every position, you know, I've gone to every lane several times. You know, the only thing I really haven't done is secure the jungle very well. But really, sometimes you have these type of matches when your team, you know, they're you know, struggling. They might be, you know, dying a lot, something like that. As the jungler, you need to go cover those positions. Now, the enemy team, they did have wards right there. And, you know, we just kind of go show our presence. We back them off. And that's what we want. We want to keep them away from Fae and Wraith because, of course, they're having a few struggles of their own. And then from here, we're going to head over and hopefully get to Revenant in time. Revenant somehow manages to take out both that Iggy and Crux. You know, that was a great job on his part. And since Greystone is pushed up in that lane as far as he is, I'm going to push mid. With 3 of their heroes down, you know, and we have vision on their support and their ADC. That means when Quang spawns in, he can make a choice. He can go for mid lane, or he can go for solo lane, but we're going to get one of these towers. And, you know, hey, that's great. Without Murdoch, you know, and that Decker splitting off to come deal with this, we're going to just continue to push. You know, you can see Murdoch is slowly coming this way, but, you know, our minion wave is stacking up. Greystone did a great job taking out that other T1, or that other Tier 2, and from here, I'm going to dive this inhib. You know, if we can take down an inhib, this is going to be game-changing, and I'm really hoping we can. You know, I'm trying to stay out of that Iggy fire, but feels bad. We end up actually, you know, we start getting melted. Once those Iggy turrets started focusing on us, you see we go down just crazy fast. But luckily, our Greystone, he actually rotated over, and he was able to finish off that inhib. So we end up getting an inhib from having those 3 kills, you know, even though we didn't have a whole lot of presence, or, you know, nothing really is happening in our duo lane. Getting an inhib at this point in the match is huge. Now, guys, Revenant's broken. He's still broken. He's been broken since V42. I really hope they fix him one of these days. He does way too much damage. But we're going to head to our solo lane. You know, we help Greystone get that pushing. And then I'm actually going to head towards our duo lane. I pick up that river buff, and then I see Quang here. And so I'm going to engage on Quang and steal this green buff from him. I take the green buff and then back off, guys. Like, I don't want to deal with Quang. I used my little shield just in case he ulted. But, hey, he didn't. And, you know, I was really hoping that vision would allow Wraith and Faye to back up. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work that way. We're going to go ahead and engage on this. Hopefully, Wraith can get out, but unfortunately, he didn't. You know, we end up taking down that Murdoch, which, you know, hey, that's a pretty big play on its own. And then we're going to go ahead and engage onto Quang. You know, guys, you see this damage from Revenant. Revenant hits so hard. It's ridiculous. But, again, we're just going to shove this lane. You know, 2 of these heroes are very, very low. Revenant ends up picking up that Decker kill. And, you know, we should be able to push this lane no problem. 3 of their heroes down. You know, we got their Quang on the run. You know, Quang's going to have to back. Iggy's dealing with that inhib being down. You know, this is just a free push for us. We're going to be able to shove this lane just completely uncontested, and hopefully we can get a T2. What am I talking about, hopefully? Yeah, we're of course we're going to get a T2. Now, let's go pick up Fang. This is the first Fang of the match. You know, we haven't had just the best team coordination. Just really the communication within the team hasn't been all that great. But you can see, get a very easy Fang there. And then, you know, I'm going to kind of head towards my jungle, and then I see everybody kind of stacking up in mid. So I'm going to go ahead and head around. You know, I've got my great AoE stun, and I'm thinking about going in, and then I see, you know, there are Wraith and our Faye, they ended up dipping out, so, hey, we can't engage on that. So, no problem there at all. You know, let's just head to the jungle, clean that up. My entire team is heading to the solo lane to deal with that push. So, you know, we don't need to go over there either. Let's just go ahead and clean up jungles and wait for the enemy team to make a mistake. Now, at this point, you know, you can see our team's kind of everywhere all at once, and, you know, I'm trying to have the presence I need to, you know, as that tank. I want to be there, especially at this point in the match. You know, 25 minutes in, I need to be there when those engagements go down. Now, my team is actually going in on Prime. I had no idea. I don't know if I missed a ping, or, you know, if they just didn't ping it, but they end up picking up Prime, which, hey, great job, and then the enemy team ends up surrendering. So, hey, you know, that was a pretty decent match. You know, we had a lot of miscommunications there, but, you know, hey, we played Terra, and we didn't do awful. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Terra guide. Guys, I really like this deck. It's a very solid deck, and I highly recommend checking it out. Well, if you did enjoy, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. Join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to play with y'all, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.